we are ready to do coding. Everyone ready? Yes. So because I will show you this one very quickly. Why? Because I'm expecting you are already familiar with this LabVIEW coding already, so you don't have to think. You just do it. Alright? But I think anyway you have to focus on what I'm going to show you now. Okay. Alright? So when you come to this environment, so you have your myRIO set up here. So you need to do this new VI. So in order to get a new VI, don't hesitate, just put the front new VI. And then you get this one pop up. We have two window here for front panel and also block diagram, right? This must be familiar to you already. Okay. Cannot be hesitate. Kalau hesitate, nanti you waste time. Right? Next, I'm going to do the code on block diagram, right? So I take out this block diagram, right? Okay. So block diagram, I'm going to start with the most important programming structure. To run this, to read the data, to acquire the data, right? So the structure is, I go right click on the blank space here, and then I go to the structure, I choose while loop, right? While loop is the main thing, while loop. Okay, I drag down here, and then I put up here, and then I have to make connection for this control, while loop control, which is I need to do a what? Control switch, yes, control switch. So I create the control, so I have control here. Then the error goes up. The error is no more broken. It is right now, everything is right now. In a loop, in a while loop, what is a must? We have to put inside there. We need, timer or delay. Yes, you will put timer. So to get a timer, don't hesitate. Right click and go to the watch here. So it's very, very easy step, this one. Take this one, put inside. Right, put inside the loop. This means every loop we have a delay that we decide. So now I have to put the value for the delay. The value for delay is in millisecond. Right, millisecond. So how long? If the question asks you, put a delay of 1 second. So what's the value I should put? Because all the way before. But now I'm asking for 1 second. 1,000. Okay? 1,000. So you are stick to whatever I teach you before, so you keep telling the same thing. If I want to make a 2 second, how much value that I should put? If I want to make half second? Okay, now you did. Okay. Right, so now we have 1 second every loop. Right now. Okay. So, next thing, because we are using analog input, right? We wired the output of the sensor into our analog input, either in analog input 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay, channel 1, channel A, channel B, so it's your option. So we have to use analog input from the myRIO. So in order to get that one, to right click, you go to myRIO. You go to myRIO. myRIO here, right? And then, this is important. I want you to use low level only, no high level. Use low level. So that's why I choose low level here. And then I go to analog. Analog in. Bukan analog out, analog in. So I pin down this one. So I have 3 icons only here. There's only 3 icons here. So I'm going to use all of them. So easy. Open. We put on the left side. Read. We put in the middle. And then close. We put on the right side. That's it. Right. Do not hesitate. Directly what this one. Do this one. So the next thing I want to do is basically to make me easy to wire this thing up. So I need to align this guy. I make sure this is going to go straight. So it's aligned straight. Okay. Then I wire the most important, the basics of wiring directly, straight line. easy, easy, right? Without thinking, this must be connected together, right? Done, right? Okay, next thing, of course, at the end here, I need to put some error handler. So just put the error handler here, simple error handler, put there, then connect. Okay, done. Right. Next, since we are using analog input, one of the channel is the one analog input 0, 1, 2, or 3. So I need to define that one in the opening icon here. So I have to go to the channel name here and then right click, then create constant. Create constant. So create constant will appear like this. Adjust a bit, make it bigger a bit. Larger like that. Okay, then with a steady hand, move your cursor on top of this until you see jari ataupun finger, right? You see that finger? And then you click, and then this one will pull down. Okay, so you have to choose the channel. Which channel do you hook up on your hardware? This must be the same on the software. Okay, so I'm using analog input 0 here on my hardware. So inside here I have to put the same. Channel A, make sure channel also correct. Channel A and analog input 0. I put that. Okay. So now, meaning that I'm reading through my analog input channel A input 0. AI input 0. Okay? It's done on the initialization. So now I read it, this is the read icon, so I just need to display the result of the value. Put indicator here. Okay. See, this is the first thing that basically you can pass the lab test. Kalau you play through until up this, you acquire the data, and then you display the data, and then make sure you get a correct value. Okay, so let me. There is no error, right? So just kita boleh run from panel will appear like this only. Okay, and then we stop button. Okay, so you can run. Okay, before I run, there's one other thing that you should be expecting. Okay, listen to this one carefully. LM35. From the data sheet, it says that it produces 10 millivolt every 1 degree Celsius. Okay? From the data sheet, LM35 says it will produce 10 millivolt every 1 degree Celsius. So think about this room. What is you expect the temperature is in this room right now? 25, I agree. So the expected temperature inside this room is around 25 degrees Celsius. If the LM35 produces 10 millivolt for 1 degree Celsius, for 25 degrees Celsius, what is the voltage output from the sensor should be? 250, right? 250. Pandai sangat pula. Sebelum ni saya tanya semua dah tahu. So you know you get information from previous group. Okay, that's good. We expect 250 millivolt, right? Betul. Semua agree lah, belakang agree lah. Kalau 25 degree here in this room, so we expect 25 degree to 250 millivolt. So if I to interpret 250 millivolt in volt, what is it supposed to be? In voltage, in volt, not millivolt. Yeah. 250 millivolt, right? We expect voltage, but I want to understand that 250 millivolt in terms of volt, not millivolt. 0. Okay, 0.25, right? 0.5 belakang semua agree, faham tak? So because this analog to digital conversion of this myRIO will give you voltage, not millivolt. That's why we have to understand also. Giving voltage, so 250 millivolt, it is 2.2504. Faham? Ha? Ada yang tak faham tak? Boleh, okay. So now we run. What do we get? Okay, so I get 0.5134. Is this the correct value? It shows that now the temperature is 51.3 degrees Celsius. It's not right, it's wrong. Okay? You should, when you get this one, you should troubleshoot. Okay, you should troubleshoot of your equipment, whether it is correct or not, you have to make correction lah. Right. So there are a lot of reasons why we get the wrong data. Right. So but I think the most I want to tackle is the channel. From create the channel is wrong, giving a wrong reading. So I want to change the channel. There probably another reason, but the first thing in my mind I want to troubleshoot by changing the channel. I stop first, then I probably go to the next channel, AI1, and then in the board, so you have to change also, go to the analog one, we just beside it up. Okay, then I run again, run again. I get 0.36 volt, which is 36 degrees Celsius. Still not right, Still not right, so I don't want to take this one. Also, I still assume my channel is wrong. So I stop and then I change to the A2. And then I run again. So now I get 0.26. So the temperature get one more here, probably is correct. So it's 0.26. That is more likely right. 0.26. So this is the point where you get you can get pass for your from your net test. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Right. So until you troubleshoot, then you get this one. Alright. The code is very simple. Only this. With this you can pass already. Yeah. Definitely. Whenever you change on the hardware, change on the software. And that change is correct. So you don't have to change. Okay? Cannot be. You have to check. You check on the hardware. You have to check also on the software. Maybe you get a wrong job. Okay. Alright, I want to proceed. Okay. Time. So if you get to this level, so you get you can pass on it for the lab test, right? So in order to get further mark or to get full mark, so you have to do further the second level. So the second level is processing. When you successfully acquire the data, you need to process the data because the data full of errors. Okay, full of errors. You need to eliminate all the errors, right? One of the way is basically you do the running average out the reading. You read for some reading, then you average out. So you get a very good reading up. And then second thing is processing also, this one you get in voltage, right? But you're expecting in degree Celsius. You have to do some calculation to put some formula to convert that voltage to temperature, degree Celsius. Okay, we do that one first, right? Okay. Alright, so now you have to bear with me. I want to do processing now to get a further mark. Alright, you know that this output from the sensor, the values here, come out in terms of array. Come out in array. So I need just only one data, one output, one data. So I need to separate it from array. So I use index array. Index array. You put it into here, then you set the index equal to 0. So you get the first data, only one data. Right? And then this out, you can actually do the indicator. So this is a raw data in voltage, in V, right? In voltage. Okay, only one data, right? So now I want to convert this voltage to temperature. So what is the factor that I should multiply this in order to get the temperature in degrees Celsius? Yes, it's 100. So you just multiply this 100. And then you can put display here. And this is supposed to be in degree Celsius. Right? Okay. Look at the degree Celsius now already. So with this, you get extra mark only from the just now. Okay. This is one of the processing. But further, if the question in the lab test asks you to convert into Fahrenheit, so you have to go ahead and find the formula for Fahrenheit from degree Celsius to Fahrenheit, or Kelvin, or something else, right? So you have to find your own formula to get to the Fahrenheit and so on. Okay, that is done on first processing. Second processing is to, okay, now I'm going to go to the next one, processing. I want to eliminate the error. I just want to use the running average. Okay, running average, we need to use shift register, and we've learned inside the lab already how to make a shift register. Ingat tak buat shift register macam mana? Yeah, okay. So I show again. So now you look at this, make sure you understand. In order to create shift register on the wall of this while loop here, dekat sini, you right click on the wall of the while loop, you just right click and then you add register. Okay, add register. So this box, square box with arrow here, will appear on the left and right wall of the while loop. So remember, every single register must be initialized, whatever value that you want to put in. But in this case, we are going to initialize it with number, right? Because we are going to take temperature value. So that's why this one I have to initialize this number. I put it a numeric here, constant here, then I connect to here. Right. So now the register has been initialized with 0 number. Okay? Right. Okay. So the role of the shift register basically is memorize the previous data. It memorize the previous data. So first loop we run, we get the data. So in order to get the first data, we have to wire up whatever we have read from here into the register. Okay, look like this. The first data is 0. The very first loop is run, data of the register is 0. So we initialize 0. When the second loop is going to run, this register has new value already, which is taken from here. Get some degree Celsius. Okay. Then, so here will be the second loop will be the new value. The third loop, this one get another new value. Okay. First one, another new value, and so on. So this shift register remember all the value from the previous loop. How do we get the data? We get it from the shift register. If we drag down here to how many, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 6 previous value, 6 previous loop, this shift register will memorize. Okay. Now, if I pull down like this, I have 6 from the previous loop. So I need to calculate average. How do I calculate the average? I'm going to use this one, compound arithmetic. So I put this one. Make sure inside here plus, because I want to sum everything. So you can change the mode, add, multiply, and or, XOR, but you just need to use plus because you need to add the 6 element inside here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So and then I connect all of these register value into this summation compound arithmetic. Okay. Okay, so this is what we call running average with the kernel of 6, because we have 6 value, right? So to get average of this one, we sum up and then divide by what? By the number 1. Now what's the number? 6, right? 6, right? Okay. And then you can indicate this one. Put indicator. This is basically we say with measurement with no error, to reduce error. So this one is basically the raw with error. Okay. All right. So if you go to the front panel, you get this. This is the value. This is the voltage. Voltage. And this is the reading with error, and this is the reading with no error. Okay, maybe we just don't need this array. Okay, nampak tak? Okay, so now we can write, oh, this is the error here. What is the error it should be? So you want to troubleshoot, you just click here, and wire has loose end. Dekat mana? So here lah, because tadi I just clear up, Control B, and there is still an error here. Okay, I know. If you don't know, you just click the error here. Shift register, you haven't initialized the shift register. That's the error. Where? Here lah, shift register here. So you need to initialize everything here. Wire up to the 0. Okay, so there is no more error. Then we can run. So now you get a second level marks full. Right. Okay, we have plenty of time, right? So now we are ready to take on the next level. Boleh ya? Agree? Okay. So the next level basically is for full mark lah. For full mark. So for full mark is basically data presentation, and data recording. Remember, first level is what? First level tadi saya cakap apa? First level, data acquisition. Okay, acquire data through the analog input. You get the data is correct, good. Make sure you get expected data. That's lulus. can pass. Second is processing. When you get the data, you have to process that data. Alright? Done. Dapat extra mark already. Alright? To get full mark, you have to finish the third one. The third one is data presentation and recording ataupun data log. Data log, presentation and data log. To present the data correctly, you have to user interface that present the data correctly, either in digital form or graph. So probably it will be ask you to do a graphic presentation. So you have to show the result in the graph. Okay. Alright. So there is two ways here. I probably can show you untuk buat data presentation in terms of graph. So let me show you. Go to front panel and then go pick up the graph and then put this waveform graph here and go back to the block diagram. Maybe a waveform chart here. You can do this way. You get data directly array from the result here. Then you have to convert to array to the cluster. Array to cluster here. Okay, then you have our waveform chart, right? If I ask you to the digital data, digital form, so probably, so this is already done. This is digital form already. In degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, that depends. So, and then I want the one figure has to be big. You have to customize this guy to be big, a little bit big. And then I need the one in probably blue color. So I put blue color, so there you go. So that's a data presentation for people to see easily. Alright, okay? So now we are ready to run lah for data presentation. Okay, there you go. So since the delay is too slow, so you get the one, but the graph is running correct, and also the digital display also correct. So let's say, if I ask you to present the data, digital display, but I just need only one decimal place. This one is 4. So I want one decimal, just we have to. So that's the different only. So you go figure out by yourself. So, yeah, one decimal place.
Divided by.
You don't need. You just need to customize here. You customize here. You go to the properties here. Probably data display format like this. Just how many? Precision, yeah. You have to reduce lah. 3. Oh, you see 6 lah. Yeah. 3 digit, yeah. So, you can check. Alright. How? You put 3 here, right? 3 here. How come it doesn't want to change? This one yours. Mine don't want to change. Mine don't want to change. I don't know why. Why you have to change over there lah? To make it through 3 digit. You can change, huh? Okay. Alright. So I don't want to waste more time. If you ask to do so, you have to do so lah. Okay. That is data presentation. The next is data recording or data logging. So data logging, the next one. This one also we have learned in the lab. So I just show you again. Okay? Alright, so how to do? First, you have to go to File IO. You need to go to File IO. So we have to have open or create here, and then we need to write text to file, and then we need to close it. Close it here. Okay. To make it easy, I want to do alignment. So I want to do alignment, so I line it on top so it's straight now, and I do the wiring, the basic wiring. This one goes here, this one goes there, and then the error goes there, it goes there, and then this error out, I probably want to merge the error, goes here, this one goes there, eliminate this one, then I connect to this, done on that. Okay, but my file, I have to create it first. I have to initialize it somewhere inside the memory, so I have to decide the directory. So the first one, we have to, on the file path, we have to create constant on this. So do you remember the location, the default location for file saving? LV user. LV user, but there is a location basically. It is home. This is constant. You can remember, take down. This one probably will never change. LV user. LV user. Then you have to specify your file name. So and then with extension of txt. Okay. Alright. That is done for file location. And then the second one, you can create constant also. This one has to be, the best is, right? Yeah. And then this one has to be open or create. Okay. Like that. Alright. So now the file is ready. The file initialization, location, semua dah ready. We need to write data into that file. In order to write a text file, you have to convert any number, any character one into a string or text. Okay, like the one that we learned inside the lab last time, we refer to this index number as a indicator for number of record, right? So, but this index number start from 0, so I want to make it start from 1. So I just need to do this increment by 1. So this one, index increment by 1, and then this one has to be converted into string. So I use string here, convert number to decimal string. So this is number to decimal string converter. Alright, this guy coming out as a string or text. Okay. Second thing, I want to record also the data, the degree Celsius with error. So this guy has to be converted. Okay, this guy has to be converted into string also. So I go to the number string conversion, but this one must be fractional. Number to fractional, because the degree Celsius come up with a fraction. No more battery only. Okay, so coming out from here is basically in string. Then the data with result error here, simple. This one also same thing. I have to convert to decimal number to fractional. Okay, so the output from that will be all string, couple text. So next thing, I have to combine all those. into one string. So I use concatenate string. So concatenate string. So the first data should be the number, reference number of the record, right? So let's go over there. Followed by probably this constant. I put a colon there. Right. Following that, the data should be the first one, the first data, right? First data is what? Probably I take this one. The error, the database error. There you go. Then the next one. So the next one, I need to put a comma. I put a constant and put comma before I start with the new data. Along with that, I put a new data with no error. Okay. Then I have two data with error and data without error, and then also reference number. So this data is one string now. I just need to connect to my file, and then it's written there. Okay. Alright, so the program is without error now. So I can basically run it. I run it, and then it's supposed to display everything I got here, and also write the data into the data log. Okay, let it run for a while to get few data. Okay, my data log should be, what's the name? Lab test data. So that's my data log should be. Okay, so we run after a while and then we stop. Okay, now the question is, how do we get access to the data that we written just now? And then application which is called Eim Lab. So we have to go to the Eim Lab. Here, and you find your bot, which is one. Here is mine. So I go to the go to here, right click, and then go to file transfer. Ingat tu. Go to file transfer. Click file transfer. So file transfer will bring you here. If your bot has password, the password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the bot do not have password, so you just enter. So the username is admin and then no password. Okay, mine is have password. How do you know the bot is password or not having password? So you just check this one on your bot here. If there is nothing on it, so there must be a password. If there is a yellow triangle, so there is no password. Okay. So just sign in, and then you go to the home. You go to the LabVIEW user, and then you get the data. What is your data just now? That's that. This one, right? Click over there and you get the data. So now the data is written not in format, just write the whole line. So I can barely read the information right. So that is one of the things that we will ask in the lab test. You have to write the data log in a proper format. Okay? You have to write the data in a proper format. Okay. For this one, I will show you only one. The format, I will ask you different format. You can add into text into the So, but I show you this one. I want to correct this situation now. It's writing one line, the whole line, but I want to make it a proper format. At least you can read. Okay, let's see. Do again. Go back here. I think here I just forget to put another constant, which is what we call it end of line constant. So I put end of line constant here, so everything will be fine. Okay, I save it, show here, and then run. This is the last one. Okay, everything is run okay. Let it run for a while to catch up all the data and write the data in the data log. And then I stop. And then you have to show me the data again. See, the data is now is in. Oh, there is something wrong here. What is this? What is this? It's wrong. The data is one is correct. Yeah, but this one is not. I think I wire incorrectly lah. So let's go back and then check. What do you get? First, I wire here. I wire the clock. I wire the clock here. So it shouldn't be that one. It's supposed to be this one. Okay. I save it and then I go back here and then try run again. Let it run for a while and see what happened to our data log. Okay, now I go back here, refresh a bit, refresh, then go to the data here, and now I get the correct data. Number 1 is this, number 2 is this, number 3 is this, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 data will catch up just now. The rest will perform the previous one. Okay? So this one they will capture just now 1 to 8, 1 to 9. And then it's now formatted nicely. I can read. First data is the first two data without error, data with error, data without error. But observe here, the first three, the first three, six. The first six is not usable this data because the shift register didn't fill up just yet. Yeah, because you run 6 loops, after 6 loops, then you get a good average. So therefore, the 7, 8, 9, you have a proper data here. Right. Yes. Alright, that's it. You get a full mark. If you can do up to this point within 1 hour. I did it, I think half an hour. Okay? Okay, so you have the rest of the time, try to do it until you get whatever level, it's up to you, and then you can come back again tomorrow or what to try to do this. Okay, and then get ready for that test.